Grand Rising, dear family. I really couldn't wait till daylight to tell you this information. I had to record the video now, post it on the internet soon. So, this video is going to be chock full of revelations. I mean, chock full of them. Personal revelations for me. So it turns out I've actually been spiritually overpowering you all way more than I expected. Meaning I have been powering up and or raising your spiritual vibrations or your spiritual energetic vibrations a lot more than I have thought. A lot more. I want to reveal how. The thing is, I don't necessarily care for a reward. Here's what I honestly care for. Giving us what we need to finally start fighting back. This is what I care for the most. Us having what we need to finally truly start fighting back. The way we need to fight back, you see. This is what I care for the most. I don't care for the rewards. I don't care for money. I don't care for any of these things. I just want us to be able to fight this back. That's all. What are we fighting back, though? Here's what we're fighting back. It's not about race. It's not about color. It's not about ethnicity. It's not about landmass titles. It's not about no conspiracy theories. It's not about no prophecies. It's not about anything you possibly believe it is. According to the revelations that I have right now currently, here's what it's about. Two things. Spiritual BGs versus spiritual EDs. What do I mean by a spiritual BG versus a spiritual ED? What do I mean by that? The spiritually balanced good people versus the spiritually evil dead people. That's what it's all about. That's what it is right now. That's the overall gist of everything. And this is also how you see clearly in a 9-dimensional thinking mind. Or at least that's an 8-dimensional thinking thought right there. That's an 8-dimensional thought right there. There is what's overall going on, the entirety of the entire world's war right now, and with an 8-dimensional thinking thought. Now that I have the clear revelations that I'm getting ready to tell you about, what it's all about, the spiritually balanced good people versus the spiritually evil dead people. That's what it's all about right there. It ain't about the money. It ain't about no money at all. It ain't about no money. It ain't about it is about trying to conquer people, because the spiritually evil dead people are trying to conquer the spiritually balanced good people. And that's what's been going on for eons and millennia now. Just that one specific thing right there, that one specific versus matchup right there. The spiritually evil dead people are trying to subjugate the spiritually balanced good people. That's what it's all about right there. Nothing else. I guarantee it. We can have any kind of conversation you want, and I guarantee you it's all going to center back to that one statement right there. It is about the spiritually balanced good people against being attacked by the spiritually evil dead people. That's what it's all about. So here's some more revelations. Because by any moral means necessary, this fight for the soul, I want to see us win it. This fight for the soul, I want to see us win. So I'm going to say some more things out loud that'll guarantee our victory. It's a fight for the soul, right? That's what this is all about. It's a fight for the soul. Okay. So I'm going to see us win this fight. I'm going to help us win by any moral means necessary. So check it out. These revelations I have. I'm going to explain the dimensional thinking minds with the current revelations that I now have. For example, they're dimensional thinking minds. They range from numbers 3 to 9. 3 to 9. Yes, there is a 1 and a 2, and there's a 1 and a 2, and then there is more numbers beyond the 9. It goes up to about 13. But according to what I personally believe, outside of the revelations, just based off of what I started off with, getting ready to go into this, it's the light. Don't worry about it. It's the light shining on my lip. What I was getting ready to go into this, what I had on my mind prior to the 4 things, the 4 major emotions that I'm going to tell you about in a moment, that adds more weight to this revelation here. The 4 major emotional standards. The 4 major emotional standards. That information right there. Having that style of thought within my foundation of knowledge before I started going into revealing the information I had to you was what's helping me solve all of this. What helped me come to the 2 styles of spirits at war. And now The dimensional thinking mind revelation. The dimensional thinking mind revelation, meaning I just got it all correctly now. I have it all completely correct now. The dimensional thinking mind revelation, I have it completely correct. So, and due to what I went into with the 4 major emotional standards, I believe there's a 14-dimensional thinking mind space, and it doesn't just stop at a 13-dimensional thinking mind space, because when you look at the information, it stops at a 13-dimensional thinking mind space. But with the information that I have in regards to the 4 major emotional standards, I believe it's a 14-dimensional thinking mind space. So check it out, though. It's not going to go away. Just bear with it. So it starts at, according to the most common information about what I'm getting ready to share with you, to help me gain my revelation about the dimensional thinking minds and how I had so much of it wrong. It was so much. I had so much of the dimensional thinking mind information wrong. So much of it wrong. I'm going to correct as much as I possibly can right now before moving forward once again. So I'm going to explain the dimensional thinking mind information now with all of the revelations that I have. And what is a revelation? A revelation is a surprising fact, especially one not previously known. So the 3-dimensional thinking mind space is an aspect of the root chakra. What is a chakra? A chakra, in Indian thought, each of the centers of spiritual power in the human body, usually considered to be 7 in number. It's way more than 7 though. According to what I've studied, it's 114 in total. So now, spiritual power in the human body, usually considered to be 7 in number, 114. 3-dimensional thinking mind space is of the root chakra alone. And a chakra, spiritual power. The 4-dimensional thinking mind, without the space, because it's now internal. It's now, here, I'm going to give an example. I'm going to list it off first. 4-dimensional thinking mind is of the sacral chakra, an aspect of the sacral chakra. 5-dimensional thinking mind is an aspect of the solar plexus chakra. The 6th-dimensional thinking mind is an aspect of the heart chakra. The 7-dimensional thinking mind, where I thought I was trying to get you all towards in the beginning, but it turns out I was actually getting you higher than a 7-dimensional thinking mind. I was jumping you from your 3 to higher than the initial targeted 7. Here, I'm going to explain what I mean now. The heart chakra is the 6th-dimensional thinking mind. The throat chakra is the 7-dimensional thinking mind. The third eye chakra is the 8-dimensional thinking mind. And the crown chakra is the 9-dimensional thinking mind. What do I mean by the dimensionals? The dimensions, measurements, the ability to see things, dimensions. That's what a dimension is. The dimension is an aspect, feature, or element of something. Aspect, feature, or element of something. Analyzed, studied, recognized, validated, you see. Principles of validities, like logic. What is logic? Logic is reasoning conducted or assessed according to strict principles of validities. What is a validity? A validation. So principles of validations. When you measure things, when you see what the angles are, all the angles to a certain situation, or what it all points towards, you see. What does this point to? What does that point to? What does this show me? What does that show me? That's what a dimension is. The 9-dimensional thinking mind. So nine angles or 9 measurements or 9 directions within the 9-dimensional thinking mind, which is an aspect of the crown chakra, you see. Now, before I drift off into other things to talk about, I want to mention the most important thing I wanted to talk about. So right now, currently, you all, my dear family, you are in a 2 and 3-dimensional thinking mind space. All of you are. But that's because we were all forced to grow up within this artificial infrastructure, which drug us down so low to our lowest spiritual levels, our lowest spiritual energy levels, which is the spiritual evil disposition, or the spiritual evil stagnant disposition. How do you get someone out of being dead? Resurrection. Just say that real quick. So, this artificial infrastructure had us grow up so we can live an adult life in our lowest spiritual energy, vibrational statuses, right? Now, our lowest spiritual state is a 3-dimensional thinking mind space. What is a 3-dimensional thinking mind space? See, feel, and what you are. or thoughts, feelings, actions. Thoughts, feelings, actions. That's of the root chakra alone, right? Now watch this. Here's where revelation kicked in for me. Those 4 major emotional standards I keep telling you about. Remember, spiritual measurements, spiritual measurements, spiritual dimension, spiritual dimension. That's what this is, right? Now, as I was getting ready to go in to get ready to tell you all some of the missing things and the keys that you were missing, those 4 dimensions, or those 4 measurements, or those 4 spiritual size ups, should I say. 4 spiritual standardized size ups, should I say. That's the main thing I knew going in. That's virtually the only main thing I knew that you all were missing before I started going in to tell you about these things that I'm telling you about, to raise your spiritual vibrations. You see, the main thing I knew, and the main thing I always knew was this statement right here. There is a good spiritual energetic vibrational standard. There is a balanced spiritual energetic vibrational standard. There is an evil spiritual energetic vibrational standard. And there is a dead and or stagnizing and or space-like spiritual energetic vibrational standard, meaning where there's nothing happening at all. Nothing beneficial or bad. You're just stuck. You follow what I'm saying? And I just went in with those 4 things in mind right there. When I began this, those are the 4 main things I knew. Now, check this out. Here's what I'm getting at. All of this information is telling you about who and or what you truly are. How can you know it's factual? Because our ancestors put this information out here for us to know of. So meaning that 4 styles right there, the whole time what I did not know of, it was simply just a 4-dimensional thinking mind aspect. That's all it was. Think about it. It's an analyzation of the 4 major emotional, spiritual, energetic, vibrational standards. It don't have to be that whole long name. It could be something shorter and simpler, because I don't necessarily have a name for it. I just noticed these things. You follow what I'm saying? And I noticed these things, and I knew for a fact if I put those 4 major emotions into your hands, you all could utilize it. The entire world could utilize it. The entire world can use it to weaponize their minds well enough to be able to fight back against this oppression. That was my initial goal going in. Weaponize all of humanity to be able to fight back against the true oppressors. And who are the true oppressors? The spiritually evil dead people, or the spirit EDs. That's what I'm gonna call them, spirit EDs, or spiritually evil dead people, spirit EDs, SEDs. Sounds like a disease, I know, but that's the thing though. It was just an idea, just a strategy, a concept that I could just put in y'all hands, and so you would be able to fight back against what is really truly oppressing you, because it's not about the money. And then it turns out this technique of mine, it was already invented, it was already knew of way before I even existed, is what I'm ultimately getting at. This concept, this four major emotions concept, it existed way before me. No, I didn't discover any of this at all. I didn't discover any of it. I didn't. It's just I get something. You see what I'm saying? And the truth has been in front of us the whole time as to in regards to who and or what we all truly are. So the thing is, everything that I am finding out now is just enhancing literally who and or what I actually truly am. Everything I find out, everything I'm getting ready to find out from this moment on forward. Everything. So now it's like the more knowledge I gain, the higher my vibration rises. And due to me existing in the same reality as you, the more my spiritual energetic vibrational levels rise, the more yours will. So that just added double to the pot of why I desire to do this now, because as soon as your spiritual energetic vibrations rise to the original level it started from, in the beginning was the word or the spirit, as soon as it rises up to its original highest peak level, bye-bye artificial you. resurrection, reincarnation, reawakening. Here's another thing I want to drop real quick. The 4 major steps. Before I go on to talking about the 5th dimensional things and I was getting ready to say, the 4 major steps that we all need to go through right now. First is the reawakening, meaning trust in the spirit, meaning gaining spiritual awareness, meaning recognize who and or what you truly are. Trust in the spirit. That's the first step. The second one is the soul fusion or the reincarnation. So reawakening, reincarnation. There's another one. There's 2 more steps we need right now. There's 2 more steps we need, but this is technically another 4D thought right here. I didn't know just exactly how much of a 4D mind I was using originally to talk to you all. I thought it was a 5D technique that I was using, but no, it turns out there was actually a 4D technique that I was using, but I was using a 5D, so I was right the whole time, but at the same time I wasn't. I'm learning more, and the more I learn now, the more you all benefit. So check this out, right? So, first step, spiritual reawakening. Gain knowledge of the spirit soul, knowledge of the spirit soul, knowledge of the spirit soul, awareness of the spirit soul, awareness of the spirit soul, awareness of the spirit soul. That's the reawakening. Just gaining knowledge and awareness of the spirit soul, the power that's already in you. This is why I'm also learning more about myself as well and things that I didn't even know just a few weeks ago, a few days ago, a few hours, you see. So knowledge of the spirit soul, that's the first big step right there. Knowledge of the spirit soul. The second big step, fusion or reincarnation. So the reawakening, then the reincarnation or the acceptance of it. Respect the soul, the acceptance of it. Respect the spirit soul, respect the spirit soul, trust the spirit soul, respect the spirit soul. It's the same combination. It's the same one. The same one I've been knew before going in, you see. It's the same one I've been knew before going in. It's just now that it's even more clear as to even what I was doing and or saying to tell you these things, like meaning now due to all the revelations, I literally know more of exactly what I am trying to tell you all. You see what I'm saying? Was it clear in the beginning? Yeah, it was, because I had that 4, but it's just, I didn't exactly know that I was using a technique that was ancient. I did know, but I didn't simultaneously. But now I really know. Now I really know. These techniques that I'm using to tell you all these things, this is people were using this long before me. This is nothing new. None of it is new. Not even the 4 major emotions that we're moving forward though. Respect the soul, right? Even these techniques have been used before. All of it has been. Trust the spirit, respect the soul, reject all evil. All of it's been used before. It's been used before. I'm sure it has now, especially after these revelations that I'm telling you about. So trust in the spirit, reawakening, respect in the soul, reincarnation, acceptance of yourself, reincarnation, soul fusion. That's the reincarnation process. And now the third one, reject all evil, resurrection. Why is the resurrection the reject all evil part? Well, think about it. When you all literally physically come to your senses and realize who knocked you out of them in the first place, the reject all evil part, meaning to defend yourselves by any moral means necessary, that's going to just be right in your face as soon as it happens. As soon as you physically literally come to your senses, what is ending or what has been ruining your life the entire time will just be right in front of you. You need to be ready to fight it. It's beautiful that I knew everything I needed to know going in. So now the more I try to piece it all together for you to get it, the more it's going to impact eventually. It's going to impact eventually. So reawakening, reincarnation, resurrection. What is the fourth and final one that I need to talk to you about? The 4 major steps. The 4 major steps. That's what this is. I got you the 4 major emotional standards, the 4 major steps, and what the real versus match is right now. Now, what's the final step? Domination. Domination. Remember, it's spiritual, balanced good people versus spiritually evil dead people. There are spiritually balanced good people against spiritually evil dead people. The reawakening, reincarnation, and resurrection will bring you full acceptance, realization, and moral ground protection, moral standards, principles, and things of that nature, and the recognition to who and what you truly are. The spiritually balanced good people. That's what you truly are. You are a spiritually balanced good person, not a spiritually evil dead person. No, the entrenchment wanted you to be spiritually evil and dead. That's what the entrenchment wanted. The entrenchment wanted your spirit to rest in two different styles of energy that do not coexist with it at all. You are not of evil and death. You are not. You are of balance and good. I know you are. I'm doing the research on it now. It just makes even double more sense because how I began to go into this with these things known, but like not known, you see. It's my knowledge, but then it was not my knowledge simultaneously. But now it's more of my knowledge because I literally validated it. I literally validated what I was even doing or saying this entire time. Now I even know what I was doing and saying in this entire time. I was communicating to you all with the four-dimensional thought mind process or four-dimensional thinking mind strategy. It was a four-dimensional thinking mind aspect. The four major emotional standards. The four major emotional standards. That's a four-dimensional thinking mind aspect. I thought it was going to be in regards to the 7 deadly sins. No. It's just the first step into the astral. That first realization right there. Your first, most powerful and most necessarily realization right there. There are four emotional standards. There are four major emotional standards. A good one, a balanced one, an evil one, and a stagnant one. Space, grounds, things of that nature. The space we are in, the grounds we are on. And depending on who controls the grounds, meaning who has the ball in the soul zone, depending on which of the energies out of the two, the balanced good or the versus the evil dead, depending on which one of those energies has the ball or the agenda ball in the soul zone or in their specific soul zone, that will be the decider of how the grounds are, meaning there will be evil dead grounds if evil dead has control over the grounds, or there will be balanced good grounds if balanced and good has control over the grounds, you see. So that's why the fourth step is domination. The fourth and final step is domination. The fourth and final major step is domination, you see. But real quick though, I want to say this finally now, to contribute more to the revelations I had. Now, when I was starting, I kept saying I was using a 5D mind to talk to you all while you were in your 3D mind to get you all into a 7D mind as I rest in a 9D mind, controlling it all and orchestrating it all to do it properly. Now, the thing is, I was spot on correct as I was saying it. However, as far as the 9-dimensional aspects or the visuals and things of that nature, I didn't necessarily fully know that those capabilities to see in these regards and those capabilities to label and describe things in those regards, I didn't know they were techniques and or aspects of the chakras that were inside of me. I believe they're inside of me because our ancestors has all this information out here to tell you how certain aspects of your spirit are playing out and or intertwined as they coexist with the manifestations and or makeup of your spirit, of your physical actions. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense to you. The information that they were giving me, the information that they put out here, it helps me label and describe how I'm even able to get these things. I know how I'm able to get these things. What am I, honestly, though? It turns out what I am and how I'm able to label and describe these things, I'm just another incarnation of the spirit. Just another one. So, in reality, the whole time, what I have been doing, I have been jumping in and out of each dimensional thinking mind and or each dimension of the chakra hierarchies to get you all into a 9-dimensional hierarchy with me. I was actually trying to get you all into a 9-dimensional thinking mind with me, more than just a 7. The whole time I was trying to really raise you up back to the original level that you started out as, the first one. The first original and first one was highest level. The whole time I was trying to get you all to the original level. I thought I was trying to get you to the 7, which is just at the throat chakra. No, I was trying to get you to the 9 the whole time. I was communicating to you with a 9. using the abilities of the 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4, while you are in a 3 to get you up to a 9 with me. That's what I've been doing the whole time. Not even knowing it. Not even knowing it, yo. One more time. I said I was resting. I've been resting in a 9-dimensional thinking mind. Talking to you all. Using all the techniques without even realizing I was using all of the techniques of an 8-dimensional thinking mind, 7-dimensional thinking mind, 6-dimensional thinking mind, 5-dimensional thinking mind, and 4-dimensional thinking mind, as you are all in the 3-dimensional thinking mind space to get you up to the 9-dimensional thinking mind. So how do I know I've been saying it the whole time though? So how did I gather this revelation? Remember, I keep telling you all things. Like the main goal is to get you all to know of the 7 chakras and all of their qualities, abilities, and achievements that give them their abilities to be what they are for us. The service energies they are for us, in other words. I have been letting you know about the entire whole you. The whole time I have been, and how the entire whole you truly serves you for the good. Now, why can't you do what you are doing in you right now as we speak? There is a non-physical you in you serving you for the good. So why can't you do what the energy in you is doing for you right now? And the answer to that question is very simple. There are spiritually evil, dead people that made you, or that turned you from your naturally spiritually balanced good state into a spiritually evil dead person as they are. Eons of work, effort put in to ensure you grow up on an infrastructure that'll see you live in a low vibration, in a low spiritual energetic vibration. So now I want to add this in that'll lift. I want to add this information in that'll lift your spirits up even more, because the reality is, in order to the fastest way to lift your spirits up in these times right here is to keep presenting you with new knowledge, keep presenting you with new knowledge, keep presenting you with new things, keep presenting you with new things. But the thing is, they're not even necessarily new, because let's not forget, a revelation is a surprising fact, a fact. Something that has already been known, something that is already here for you to know about, a fact, you see. Facts are past tense. All facts are past tense, unless the source of all immoral authority and the creator of the spiritually evil mind alone decides to drive the people into a spiritually dead space, or a spiritually stagnant mentality, spiritually evil and stagnant mentality, to erase all the facts that were left behind for us, which has been happening for eons. And we know this for a fact, do we not? Don't we? So here's another possible revelation right here that'll increase your spirits even more. And I know this will increase your spirits, because it definitely increased mine once I saw it. So the chakra hierarchy listing, it's reversed. And it always has been reversed. So meaning, like, if you look at the list properly, you'll see how the root chakra is listed as the first chakra, right? Then you'll notice how the sacral chakra, where the 4-dimensional thinking mind aspect lies, you'll notice how it's the second one. And then the third to the solar plexus, fourth to the heart, you see. What if I told you it was reversed? What if I told you that the root chakra should actually be the 7th chakra, and the sacral one should be the 6th, unto the crown chakra being the first one? What would you think of that? And then as I'm looking at the information, meaning as I'm looking at the original 7 levels of consciousness, would help me gain the proper revelation I needed to understand the dimensional thinking minds even more. When I was looking at the information, it helped me gather this message right here. The chakra hierarchies are reversed. They are. They gotta be. But check this out though. It goes an even step further. Now remember, there's also a soul star chakra. So that means there are 8 chakras, not just 7, right? Now watch this. That means the root chakra Within this type of revelation that I'm kicking to you right now, it should be listed as the 8th chakra on the list. The root chakra should be the 8th chakra, and the soul star chakra should be the 1st chakra. In the beginning was the word, meaning the spirit. Because think about it, all words come from the spirit. Words come from the spirit. We started from the spirit to the flesh. We went from the spirit to the flesh. Incarnation, remember? Soul fusion. And then resurrection once you come to your physical senses and realize the enemy is attacking you. So be ready to reject all evil if you got enough of your senses back. I need to make sure you get enough of your senses back. This is going to help you get enough of your senses back. That's another thing this is going to help you do. So remember, when we incarnated into flesh, we started from the non-physical spirit, meaning just the word. And then we became flesh, meaning we went from the first thing we were to the final thing we are currently, which is what I'm starting to gather now as the 8th thing. Now, let me explain why. If I just list off the chakra names to you, right? Now, the soul star chakra, meaning the flesh we started from, the word we started from, the sound, the element of speech, the idea, the plan, the goal, the structure, the foundation, the beginning point. We started from there, from spirit, and then incarnated into flesh. Now, with this revelation in mind of the root chakra possibly should being the 8th chakra on the list and not the 1st chakra. Watch how it sounds when I count it though, right? So the first, according to this revelation that I'm starting to believe, that I really want to make a solid belief that is the truth. The first one, soul star chakra. The second one, now the crown chakra. The third one being the third eye chakra. You see how that lines up? And then the fourth one being the throat chakra. The fifth one being the heart chakra. The sixth one being the solar plexus. The seventh one being the sacral chakra. And the 8th and final one, manifested into flesh now, incarnated into flesh now, the 8th and final step, the 8th and final level, the lowest level, the root chakra. What do you think of that? That's just something that seems like it may be the right way. It seems like it may be correct. And the reason why I say it seems like it may be correct, because if you think about it logically, we started out in spirit form and then incarnated into flesh. Started out in spirit, incarnated into flesh. When you look at the 7 levels of consciousness, you'll notice that the crown chakra, the logoic plane, its aspect known as the logoic plane and 9-dimensional thinking mind, it's listed as the first one. It's listed as the first one, and then it goes down to number 7 being the root chakra, you see, or being the physical plane, Prakriti, the aspect of the root chakra. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at it a step further and you put all the proper information on it, and yeah, sure, you can even say the earth star chakra will be the 9th one. Again, you see, the soul star chakra will be number 1, crown number 2, and the third eye will be the 3rd one. You see what I'm saying? Like, it just makes more sense like that. To me personally, it does. It seems like it'd make more sense like that. If the soul star chakra is the first level should be the highest level. And then the lowest level should be the lowest level. Or the last one, should I say. But it's like, how can you really expect less numbers to mean more when this whole time all we knew of is the higher numbers being more? 9 ether beings, not 1 ether being, right? 9 ether, not 1 ether. But then it's like, it's just a hierarchy list. It's just a level by level process. You can keep the soul star chakra as the 8th chakra if you want to for the list, if you want to. But from what I'm gathering, it just makes more sense when you look at it in this regard, because we started off level 1, spirit, and then the spirit pushed itself. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, into the root chakra, physical flesh, incarnation. Ponder on those thoughts. I pray you have a chance and I pray you have the ability to be able to do so. This is for humanity's victory. This is for the soul race victory. This is for the sapien species victory. Sapien species. I do not care about your genetic class. I do, but I don't. I only care about it to a degree to because like I said, it has to be a step-by-step process to get you all the way back to the 9-dimensional thinking mind. Because let's not forget, the 9-dimensional thinking mind is an aspect of the crown chakra. And if you want to go by my flipped chakra hierarchy revelation to say that the soul star is number 1 down to the root chakra being number 8, if you want to look at it that way, then I need to take you from your 3-dimensional to your 4-dimensional to your 5, and then your 6th, 7th, and 8th into the 9, you see. So you can have and due to me having to use certain aspects of your culture's information to tell you about, to make examples of what I'm trying to tell you, I have to talk about your genetic classes. I have to talk about your race hate. I have to talk about your feminism. I have to talk about your alphabet community, is what y'all would call it. I have to talk about how the brothers are being overwhelmingly distracted by all of the entertainments of the world. I have to talk about our gangster brethren who are being told to kill themselves for no reason at all. 5 blocks in the wrong direction, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson voice. I have to talk about how cannibalism and body modifications of our tribunal brothers and sisters globally is wrong. I have to talk about how the religions are being lied to. I have to talk about these things. And in my process of talking about those things, it'll also lead you to a 9-dimensional thinking mind, the highest of the thinking mind, the highest style of thinking mind. And let's never forget, when you get your woman, you'll go to a 10-dimensional thinking mind space. That rule still applies, because the more revelation that I came to, I also realized that a 9-dimensional thinking mind woman and a 9-dimensional thinking mind man will create a 10-dimensional thinking mind soul mate, so to speak. And then the 4 after that, because of the 4-dimensional thinking mind that I was going in with, peace, love, unity, and advancement. Or get to know her, reawakening with your woman. Then the acceptance of your woman, the fusion, or the unity, or the love. And then, the unity after that, because it just rolls right into it. It's peace, then the love, or the reawakening, then the reincarnation, and then the resurrection. Because it's all the same 4 steps. It's almost like a repeat of the 4 steps almost. And then the advancement with your woman. You and her both marching on good grounds together forever. Shalom, shalom, shalom. May these words reach you within superior benevolence, and all for the sole purpose of the superior grace, and rising you to your spiritual best self, so you can chase the darkness out of thy mind, heart space, and the souls can finally bring you to spiritual balance. Be the spiritually balanced good person you truly are, so you can help all of the people and all of the sapien race and all of the rest of the sapien race subjugate the sick, spiritually evil dead people. Everybody's going to have to fight in this war soon, because the spiritually evil dead people are truly misled right now. Look at how they're reacting to this presidential election. They are only reacting like this because they feel like they are this force of evil when they are not. So of course they're going to be pissed off about a possible chance of us having a better future due to Donald Trump now being in the office. Of course, the spiritually evil dead people are going to be extremely pissed off about Donald Trump getting in the office, because of the possible fact of the spiritually balanced good people. If you all want to accept who you truly are, because the information that I've gathered, you truly are spiritually good people. If you accept this reality, the spiritually evil dead people are going to be extremely pissed off, because they want to see you all suffer till you end. They want to see you all physically suffer till you end. And due to this new election right here being a possible chance for a better future, that pisses them off severely. Have no sympathy for them when their artificial characters fall. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.